Oh. 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 Oh my Christ! Holy shit! Angle! Oh my God! What the fuck? What?
Holy shit!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks, and as you've already seen, today we have something ridiculously stupid for you. So first things first, I'm going to introduce the clip you've just seen. That was a clip taken straight from 06 Whilst or Honest Gaming's live stream that we played last night. And this is the replay that you're just about to see. I thought I should show you the live footage and the live reaction to what happened first, so that you kind of get just a feel of what it was like to be there. So I'm playing in my FCM 50T, a tank that has, for all intents and purposes, fallen completely out of meta. Whilst is in his FCM 50T as well, and Ian is in his KV-5. Now that's a weird, very weird combination of vehicles. All three have got preferential matchmaking, which means we'll never see tier 10s, and this game we are in our best matchup, per se. Only 2 tier 10s, well, not our best matchup. 3 tier 10s, tier 10s? Tier 9s, 3 tier 9s on each team. One just died on each team, and we are in tier 8s. Like I said, by all intents and purposes, these tanks have fallen out of favour with the meta. They're just not in the meta anymore. The FCM 50T used to be really good. It's just not as good as it used to be. But we are not playing these tanks and got them set up like meta tanks. Ian in his KV-5. Obviously the KV-5 weighs over 100 tons, but it's got a decent top speed limit. It's just the fact that the horsepower per ton is a little bit low. I'm just going to pause the game a second here. The FCM 50T, me and Steve have got us set up very specifically. At the end of the video, I will go through the setup, but I will just very quickly talk through it now. We have turbochargers, improved hardening, and I can't actually remember what the third bit of equipment is, but that means no rammer, no vert stabs, nothing like that. It's just set up purely for engine power, 105 gasoline as well, to be able to push Ian in his KV-5 as fast as we can. This thing is the KV-5 train, and oh, we had so much fun last night. We played about 30 games like this, and we averaged something like an 80% win rate by just doing this, just pushing in as hard as you can. Now, we're on Malinovka. Like I said, it's a tier 9 game, and usually Malinovka, you get to the top of the hill, and then it kind of becomes a stalemate because you can't push off the hill because of all the tank destroyers and everything like that. But that is definitely not the case when you have a KV-5 train. And all I'm going to say is, choo-choo, motherfuckers. Choo-choo. I've never seen anything as crazy as this before. We've got a T-32, a Patriot, a Basante, an E-75, and shoot the Basante on the move. And goodbye, Patriot. He didn't get shot there. That was a 1,500 damage ram. And then we just keep going. We just keep going. And hit the T-32 for 850 damage. We then shoot the T-32. I have a quick look behind to see if the Basante's been dealt with. The IS-3 that's behind us is being killed by our other heavy tanks that are on top of the hill. And just like that, we have killed 2 tier 8 heavy tanks. And this tier 9 heavy tank is now really suffering because the DPM on the KV-5 is really good, even without a rammer. The DPM on the FCMs isn't that bad, and coordinated, all three of us together, I mean, oh god, someone just randomly started playing. Yeah, T-30. We see the T-30's fired. We know he's fired. Can we get there before it runs out? And look, it's already 9-2. We're less than 3.5 minutes into the game on Malinovka, and it's 9-2. And that's just because we're just pushing. RT hits us. We're stunned, but we're not stopping. We're not stopping. 543 damage. The Leo sets me on fire. I don't quite know how he managed that. He hit the middle one of the two of us. I missed the Jagdpanther. I'm ammo-racked as well, so my game's really not going that well. Well, I wouldn't say not going that well, because at this point I couldn't really control myself because I was laughing so much. But, yeah, we just up and over, lads. Let's go. And we did this so many times. That is the the best one we got. And this was actually the first game we did it. And stands by that original is always the best. And even when you can't push the KV-5 because the KV-5 is out of health, dead, something like that, the FCM50T with controlled impact and everything is also really good at ramming. And that's game. 4.5 minutes. That's game on Malinovka. That's insane. Yeah, the FCM50T is really, really, really good for ramming as well. There were several points where, like, Ian would ram something just before he did, I'd break off and hit something as well. And combined, you'd be doing like 1,500 ramming damage from 2 rams. Obviously, nothing compared to that poor Patriot. He was probably thinking, what the hell is happening? He just got one shot by a KV-5 not firing its gun. And yeah, that's all she wrote for this game. So that's a very very convincing game. They're very good from, not particularly good from our perspective. Don't really know why I'm putting it on YouTube, to be honest. It's not really worth it. But yeah, let's go take a very quick look at the post-game stats, and then I'll jump into the garage, guys, and just go through my what my FCM50T is actually loaded out. So this is all just irrelevant because I didn't do bugger all that game. I mean, I did 1,500 HP, but Ian did that in less than a second. Ian did 3,810 damage. Only fired his gun. Oh, he fired his gun 11 times, to be fair, but he only actually penetrated 3 shots, and he did 3,810 damage. You do the maths on that of how much ramming he did. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say is yeah. That I think he should have caused some stunning damage on a couple of those. That poor Patriot. I mean, if you look at what we actually like hit on that hill, the Passante only did 600. The IS-3 nothing. The Patriot, fair play to him. Fair play. He did 600 damage. Yeah. E75 only did 300. Progetto was on the hill, T32. I mean, that's how you play a game of Malinovka and just really do not care. 4.5 minute game. Still made credits because it's obviously, I'm still playing a premium tank and it is the Christmas event. I'm not going to go into this any further. This is all irrelevant. We'll jump over into my garage and we'll just quickly have a look how the FCM's set up. And then I'll let you guys go enjoy your lovely lives. So, into the garage. First things first, we'll do equipment. Obviously, probably the most important is the turbocharger, giving this thing an extra 7.5% to engine power. Because this tank already has, like 1,200 base horse. What is the engine? Is it 1,200 or 1,100? 1,250. So, because it's already a very high engine power to start with, and because it's percentage based, it means that your engine power goes up a lot, which means that my specific horsepower per ton in this tank is 27.1 in a heavy tank. Obviously running the 105 gasoline as well. We go for the improved rotation mechanism because it increases the track traverse speed, and which is handy for when you need to change direction quickly, like if someone's trying to dodge a ram. If you can change direction quickly, obviously you can hit it harder. It also obviously acts a little bit like a vertical stabilizer, so you can not completely combat ineffective, although it's still not great. And also in your improved slot, the improved hardening. This is obviously massive bonus to your hit points. You get an extra 10% HP, so 1,650. Obviously when you're ramming things, or when you're in an engagement where you haven't got a gun rammer and everything like that, it's nice to have those extra HP. And also probably the main effect that we use for this is the minus 50% or 65% to hull damage caused by suspension during impact. So I think that affects ramming, and also the 65% suspension durability as well, because obviously when things see this coming towards you, a lot of people, their first reaction is tracks. And when you're running improved hardening, it usually takes 2 shots. And because this thing's so quick, when I say this thing, I don't mean the FCM, I mean the KV-5 train. 2 FCMs and a KV-5. They don't have time to get out of the way. They don't have time to track it. And it just yeah, you just annihilate things, as you could see. It is very much so. With this all set up how it is, and obviously how Steve's was set up and Ian's was set up as well, we could get a KV-5 moving at, like, I can't remember how fast it was, but it's like 45 along the flat. Bearing in mind that the vehicle weighs, and I'm just doing this to prove my point here, if I can find it, KV-5, add to comparison. This is a cool way, by the way, if anyone wants to have a preview of a vehicle, you can add stuff to comparison. KV-5 weighs 100 tons, probably with Ian's setup maybe 101 tons, and has 180 millimeters of frontal hull armor. That's why this thing just ruins stuff so much. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed yourself on this video, because I loved, obviously, playing on stream and making this video. It's so fun to watch it happen again. Oh, it makes me so happy. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed, please give the video a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And other than that, thank you very much for watching, guys. And I'll see you next time.